Why prospecting less will get you more clients. In this video, we're going to explore why prospecting less and doing less of a lot of things will actually get you more clients for your marketing agency or freelance business. If you don't know me, I'm Lauren, the nerdy entrepreneur, and I've been running a marketing agency and consultancy for over 10 years. And I want to share with you what you shouldn't be doing and why less is more, especially when it comes to getting quality clients for your business. You see, one of the issues that maybe you have had, and I certainly have had, is getting clients and getting high quality clients consistently. Because everybody says, do this and do that. Go live on LinkedIn all day, go live in different Facebook groups, run ads on this platform, create a bunch of YouTube videos and grow a following, partner up with somebody who's bigger than you. All that sort of advice I'm sure you've heard before or you will hear somewhere. But here's the thing, when you're starting out and your business is basically you and maybe a VA, do you really have time to be on every single platform every single day, creating different content pieces and being interactive in order to turn around and hopefully generate some leads for your business so that you can pay the bills and live the life you believe you deserve to live? No, it's not possible. There's so many platforms and new ones out there, and we just don't have the time. And you're certainly not going to have a time, especially if you currently have clients and other obligations like, oh my God, family, that you have to deal with. We all have limited times in a day. And what tends to happen, especially if you're just beginning on this path of being a freelancer, is that we get pulled in too many directions on where we are going to look for clients. Some people are going to be doing events, writing long blog post articles, making YouTube videos, trying to do cold outreach on different platforms and different methods in order to get clients. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But here's the issue. Once you start getting people signing up for your services and you are the one fulfilling on those services, you are going to hit a block between fulfilling on your clients' obligations to also continue to prospect for you. So let me tell you what tends to happen, particularly with copywriters, right? With copywriters, for example, they're the ones who usually write all their own copy. And most copywriters can maybe handle about 5 clients at a time. That's generally the most copywriters can handle 3 to 5 clients at a time if they are doing all the copy themselves. And what happens is once they start getting a couple of clients, they stop prospecting. They stop because they just don't have the time or the energy to continue to prospect. In most cases, they've probably gone to an event, they've hung out in several Facebook groups and posted content on there. They've had a bunch of lunch dates, they've posted on LinkedIn or on X to get these people. They did a whole lot to get the clients they got. And now they just don't have any time. But the problem is when they stop prospecting, once they lose one of those clients or two of those clients, they find themselves in a feast or famine situation because they become desperate in getting the next client. And therefore, they think, okay, let me do all the things I did. Let me go on all 6 channels here and maybe try to go to this event here to get the next client. And it's an endless cycle that turns into one of struggle. That's why typically you want to find 1 to 2 platforms, maybe 3, where you concentrate on putting content out there and prospecting. Okay. Not 6, not 8 channels, but maybe 2 to 3 channels and no more. That way you don't stress yourself out when you do have clients or jump in that feast or famine mode that tends to happen with a lot of us who are freelancers or who have agencies. Now, this might seem counterintuitive because most people tell you, hey, you need to be on X and tweet and cold DM and cold email and cold call and go to my very expensive event and run ads on this platform or run ads on that platform and do all sorts of things. And yes, all those methods listed could get you a client, but it is unsustainable to think that you'll be able to do all of them well if you're doing them at the same time. It's just not possible. That's why less is more. When you pick the one or two platforms to really concentrate on, to build connection with people who are on those platforms, to really listen and write content that is relevant, as well as cold prospect on those platforms, you will find that you will become really good at doing that. You will be actually listening and paying attention, because sometimes a group of people hang out on one platform, but they don't always hang on much on another platform. So when you're on that platform and you're trying to create content to create engagement, or you're cold messaging out on that platform, you tend to deal with a different group of people who have a different set of problems versus the other platforms that you're also trying to write content for. So, of course, you can't listen to what everybody is saying, and you can't cater to everybody's situation, especially when you are a solopreneur. For example, LinkedIn is a great place to turn around and get clients from, whether you want to, if you have the money to budget for ads, or you want to cold message people or put content on LinkedIn. It could be a great platform. People make a lot of money on LinkedIn. It is the business platform of the world. But there's a different type of client on LinkedIn. And that client is not the same client that's necessarily on X in how they talk and the problems that they express versus Facebook on Instagram. So if you choose to, hey, I'm going to write content and concentrate on X, I'm going to do that for LinkedIn, I'm going to do that for Instagram, I'm going to do that on WhatsApp, I'm going to do that in cold email, you're going to find yourself stretched too thin, and you'll find yourself getting further and further away from the people who you probably would like as clients or customers in the first place. So picking one to maybe three, or at least one to two platforms that you're going to concentrate your energies on, whether it's cold outreach and creating content, is going to be your best. But I promise you, if you are consistent and pay attention to what you're doing and what's going on with people who you could help with your services, you will attract a much better prospect who eventually will become a much better client for you, versus spreading your wings really thin in the desperation of trying to attract people to your business. Now, I know this is very different than what most would like to tell you, because they tell you be in everywhere. And honestly, it gets really overwhelming really quick. Instead, focus on one to two, maybe three platforms for your outreach, whether you're doing content marketing and cold outreach to get clients faster. You want to learn that platform, the rules of that platform, and do the best they can to attract people to you in your business and your offer for those who fit. Because once you get really good at doing what you're doing, you can build an audience on that platform. You can get really good at cold messaging and getting people to respond to you on that platform, and be able to present to them a solution that they have been looking for. And if you're on certain platforms, find people who are very qualified and have a lot of money to spend with you to help solve that problem. So while everyone tells you to be everywhere all at once, you need to be in a very few places really deep. So while you're building your business over the next year, remember, you don't need to be everywhere. Pick your one, no more than three platforms that you're going to dig deep in to create content, engage with people, cold messaging, and creating your own content to build your audience and awareness. And from there, will you get quality prospects filling your pipeline, instead of being everywhere all at once and really nowhere at all, creating unique connections and establishing yourself as a premium service so that you can charge premium prices. Anyway, my name is Lauren. I am the Nerdy Entrepreneur. If you have questions about anything I said, make sure you drop it down in the comments. I will be reading the comments. And if you have a video you would like me to make that addresses something about starting your own freelance business as a copywriter or marketer or some type of consultant, make sure you let me know by dropping that in the comments. If you found this helpful, make sure you share and subscribe. Until next time, peace.